Welcome back. Bob Saget spent 10 years starring in the TV sitcom Full House, and he also hosted America's Funniest Home Videos. When those shows ended, he found himself working through some serious family tragedy, the loss of his sisters. Here's part 2 of Bob Saget's conversation with the Standard's Shannon Nelson.
Right near the end of Full House, actually, Lori Loughlin, one of my dearest friends, I had lost a sister of mine named Gay Saget, and she passed away from scleroderma. And I made a television movie, which I shot in Vancouver. And it starred Danny Delaney, and it was called For Hope. Mm-hmm. And I directed it, and a friend of mine, Susan Rice, wrote it, and Karen Moore produced it. And that was something that was just a labor of love. And Lori Loughlin, I was saying from Full House, said, why don't you do it? Why don't you just make a movie about your sister and what happened? Because no one knows about scleroderma. It was just her idea. And we did it, and it did very well and kind of helped put the disease on the map. And I'm still very involved in the Scleroderma Research Foundation. And then I always loved directing, so I directed some more things. I directed 2 other television movies here in Vancouver. I directed one called Jitters with Jolie Fisher and Ann Mira, and one called Becoming Dick with Harlan Williams and Elizabeth Berkley and Robert Wagner. And I did them here in Vancouver. And then I directed a feature that I'm very proud of that not enough people saw called Dirty Work, and shot that in Toronto.
So it's not like you weren't
Canadian.
doing anything. Yeah, like you're doing all your work up here.
And Canadian writers.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do dual citizenship. That's just what's going to happen.
Well, you might have to pass a test or 2.
I will do that. It's a urinalysis first, right? And then it's fine. You just cross the border and you cough.
You talked about your sister, and I know that in your family there's just been enormous loss.
Huge tragedy.
Yeah, like you're one of 5 children originally.
Yes, my parents have lost 4. My parents lost 4 kids altogether. They had twins before I was born that were born the same day as I was born. I was born 2 years later, and the hospital had dysentery, and like a dozen babies passed away. Full-term babies. And then I had another sister who passed away at 34 from a brain aneurysm, and then my sister Gay was 47 from scleroderma.
So, like, what does that do to a guy?
It's a hence my R-rated show.
Well, you talked about your dad and how he...
My dad passed away a few months ago.
Yeah.
And my mom is doing well. She's home in L.A. We lost the dog, too. We love the dog, Alan.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very fortunate. I have 3 amazing daughters, and I have a great girlfriend, and she's older than them, which is good.
That is good.
And it's great, and it's not totally typical show business. And I have a wonderful ex-wife, and so it's all women. I think my next sitcom is just me and tons of women.
But it's always you and women. I mean, it was you and women on Full House?
It's very strange. And then I did a kind of a, I guess I would call it a dry heave of Full House, but we loved it. It was called Raising Dad. It was only on for a season on the WB in the States. But I had 2 daughters in that, and I was like, guys, give me... But it was the brainchild of Jonathan Katz, who is Dr. Katz, and I love him. And
yeah.
So, you know, you kind of play the cards you're dealt. I think David Mamet said it.
Yeah.
Took it from, I think, a magician.
Yeah.
But,
let me ask you this, because I know, like, I'm just thinking about the loss that you've had in your family, and you've had kind of a, you know, can I call it a roller coaster ride?
It's a crazy, my career is really strange. And there's times where I don't look visible and I'm working the hardest.
Well, yeah.
And then it's very strange, or I'll go writing. I just had a very successful thing with this DVD, The Farce of the Penguins, which Think Film backed it, who backed the Aristocrats, and they funded this thing, and it's a huge success on DVD. It's making an absolute fortune. I can't wait to get the check.
So, has there? Yeah, I bet that must be nice too. The money doesn't hurt.
It's great. Well, when it's all good.
Yeah, we like that.
We love it.
What about a spiritual journey for you through this loss and these ups and downs? Has that been part of what's going on for you?
I think I need to go off on a spiritual journey, actually. I really do. I was just talking to my girlfriend, and she says, you need to meditate immediately.
Yeah.
But that's you know, taking care of your humanness. I've always been spiritual, I would say. I was raised Jewish.
You go to synagogue?
I have a synagogue. It's Reconstructionist, which means it has a building fund the moment I join it. But I enjoy and I'm kind of fair weather.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, the typical person, but that not typical, but I guess you go when it's the atheist that doesn't yell out for God until, you know,
He
you
needs
have to
it.
pray because
Yeah.
the plane's in trouble. But that's nice. I'm flying tomorrow.
Oh.
But I'm spiritual, so
Yeah,
I'm covered.
you'll be okay.
Yeah, but I have a faith. I am a faithful person.
Yeah.
And I do believe that there is definitely, for me, a human collectiveness.
Yeah.
So that's where my spiritualism comes from. I don't share it a lot, you know, but I do have strong beliefs. I have my dad's strongest beliefs because he lost 4 brothers and 4 children. And my mom and my dad, very unusual people. They married for 63, 64 years. His biggest belief was in human kindness to other people. So that's where I think that's my spiritualism. The most that I like to share with people, and the most that I get from people, which is why I love performing. Which is why I can't believe that you know, I love doing stand-up so much, because you get back. I used to make fun of performers that would go, "Oh, I love my audience. My fans keep me alive."
Yeah.
And they're like, turned into one of those people.
So we're banging on the window, and she wakes up. You have to picture this. The woman wakes up out of being out, looks through her window. This part is 1,000% real. She sees me and John Stamos. Right? This poor lady thought she was dead and in sitcom hell.